Hi, my name is Shelley. I'm a registered nurse, and I've been a nurse for over 23 years. And so I wanted you guys to know, as first semester students, that you can do it, it can be done, and I do have some helpful hints for you. I was searching on YouTube for stress management of the ADN first semester students because I have a job interview on Monday and I have to do a 10-minute presentation. So in researching what causes you guys all kinds of stress, I thought I would get on this YouTube and let you guys know, just relax, you can do it. Congratulations, you've made it this far. And I'm going to give you some helpful hints of what helped me back in 1983 because things don't change. I was a first semester student and I worried about state boards. I worried about getting a job. I worried about whether or not my boyfriend was going to stay with me. I worried about paying the rent. I worried about the exact same things you guys are worried about today. So I'm here to tell you today that you can do it. It can be done. And let me give you some helpful hints of someone who's been there and done that. So first of all, the next 2 years are going to be very demanding, very intense. You're going to be studying a lot, tons of homework, clinical, lecture, support groups, just all kinds of things. And so you just have to have that mindset to know that it's going to be hard to hold down a full-time job. It can be done, but it's not going to be easy. Let your family and friends know that you're not going to be able to do the things that you used to do. And for the next 2 years, you're going to buckle down and just strictly keep your eye on the prize and know that you have a goal, and that is to become a nurse and be successful at that. Okay, with that said, let me just give you some helpful hints on studying. You want to have a designated area where you study, where the kids know, family, friends, everyone knows if you're over there in that corner at the desk, not even to bother you. Make sure you have natural light. Make sure that you have plenty of room for your books. Have your computer, your laptop, printer, everything is available so you're not getting distracted and getting up and down from that desk. When you study, make sure you're taking breaks. Don't just keep reading, 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 reading. Make sure you take plenty of breaks, maybe like 10 minutes, 15 minutes out of every hour. Take time to mentally decipher what you just read, okay? Also, take notes. Write all over your books. And for me, I kept all my books so that I could always refer back to them. I didn't sell them back to the bookstore. But that's up to you because when I was a nurse, or in nursing school, we didn't have the computer. And nowadays you do. So whatever you want to do. But I wrote all over my books. I took tons of portable notes. So even if I was at line at the grocery store, at a red light, wherever, I always took my notes with me, and I was always using my flashcards. My boyfriend was quizzing me, and your husband, your kids, anyone can quiz you using your flashcards. Also record your lectures if you can and play them back. Play them back in the car. Maybe you're playing a puzzle with your husband or doing a puzzle with the kids. Have that playing. While you're cooking meals, have your lectures playing. Sometimes I wanted to put it underneath the pillow so that through osmosis I would remember everything. But the more you hear it, see it, say it, remember your five senses and all those senses of learning, that hopefully you can retain that a little bit better and be more prepared for the test. And speaking of being prepared for the test, do not cram, do not procrastinate. Study your material, your chapters, read your study guide prior to class so that when the teacher does go over it, it's not the first time you're hearing about it. Take lots of notes. Like I said, I cannot emphasize that enough. If you don't do well on a test or a quiz, don't beat yourself up. Meet with the instructor right away and find out what you did wrong. Always stay on that. 50% of students leave the first semester because of academic performance. So always stay up on those studies and have a planner the minute you get your syllabus. Have that monthly planner, the weekly planner. Put down all your quizzes, your lectures. Block out time for family. Block out time for exercise, relaxation, rest. Block out time when you're going to prepare meals. You want to prepare healthy meals, something that will last the entire week, like maybe make a lasagna or a pasta, something like that. So always be thinking ahead. You always want to be organized, super, super, super organized. So basically your next 2 years is all about being organized and time management. And study group, I'm going to leave that up to you. I study better alone. People seem to get off track and start talking about their personal life, things like that. Or maybe they're struggling with a certain area or a concept that I'm not. And for me, that was a waste of time. But if you need the support of a study group and or even of sharing of resources, I know everyone takes notes differently, and so share each other's notes. So I'm going to leave the study group up to you. Also, as far as clinicals, when you go in and you're actually, you have a patient, go early, find out their diagnosis, their treatment plan, look up their labs, look up their results of their chest x-ray reports or their CT scans, know the medications, dosages, proper dosages, the side effects, why are you giving the medication, what is the outcome of that medication. Make sure you are very well prepared. Also during clinical, you want to make sure that you are always asking questions. Ask questions of the nurse, ask questions of the doctor. Don't be afraid to, if someone's doing a procedure in another room, don't be afraid to go in that other room and say, hey, can I watch that PICC line insertion or that bronchoscopy? Be nosy. If there's a call light on, go in and answer it. Ask how you, even if it's not your patient. If the phone's ringing off the hook, if it's okay with your instructor, answer the phone. You can say, this is Shelley, student nurse, how can I help you? Or can you hold please? Because trust me, us nurses, we are watching all of you. When it comes to that student internship and we only have 2 positions, we're going to remember that nurse who helped us in our room give a bath or reposition a patient, even though it wasn't your patient. We're going to remember that nurse who asked a lot of questions. We're going to remember that student nurse who was prepared and knew her medications and side effects and what was going on. So always make sure you know you are on stage. We're constantly watching you. And speaking of being on stage, let's go into the resume part of it, because from day one, you want to make sure you are building your resume. Look yourself up, Google yourself and see where you are on those social media sites. Because trust me, 77% of employers will look you up and half of them will not give you the job based on what they saw on that social media site. Now's not the time for those cute little email addresses. Get up, even if you have to get your own, another email, just get a nice professional email address. If you speak a second language, awesome. Put that on your resume. If you excel in computer skills, put that on the resume. Nowadays, with all the computerized charting, we want someone who knows the computer, who feels comfortable with the computer and is proficient with it. And let's see, I think that's all I can think of right now. If I can think of anything else, I will make another video. And I really would like you to make comments if you can think of anything else that will help you with lecture, with organization, anything like that to help others. I know people viewing this video will also view the comments. So I very much appreciate it. And again, congratulations. And hurry up and get out there so that people like me can retire and go start playing golf more. And I wish you all the best. Thank you.